Ladies and gentlemen, today being the 16th of July, which is also on Wednesday 2025, the Kenya Defence Forces KDF were deployed to Nakuru County. And whenever Kenyans hear that KDF were deployed, we always think that maybe there was protest, maybe there is something bigger, something which the ordinary police could not handle. That's the reason why KDF were deployed to deal with it. Well, today I'd like you to stay with me because we are gonna learn something. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another educative video where I will be explaining to you a number of things which might help you next time whenever there is protest or whenever you see KDF officers in your area. The last time KDF officers were deployed was during the SASA protest, where we saw the Kenya Defence Forces officers around some parts of the country trying to bring back the peace, maybe help in traffic control. We saw KDF officers in Naivasha, some of them I think in Nairobi, others in Nakuru. And a lot of people have associated Kenya Defence Forces as this group of officers who are very extremely dangerous. They don't joke with people, and whenever they are seen, fear grips ordinary Kenyans, thinking that these are special beings. These are people who you cannot even maybe socialize with, but they are very different. Let me tell you that the Kenya Defence Forces are actually even more, let me say, responsible than the Kenya police. The police at the moment, their image has been very much affected because of what has been happening in the country, from the police brutality that has been witnessed during protest, from the deaths of Kenyans in police custody. And at the moment, the police and Kenyans, they are like they're like enemies. They don't see eye to eye. Whenever a Kenyan sees a police, he doesn't see a friend, a brother. What the person sees is an enemy, a person who can arrest you for no reason, a person who can even take his weapon out and shoot you because he was given permission. That's the image that the police have at the moment, and they are really trying hard to bring back the sanity in the police force, to make it look like they are our brothers and sisters, of which that's how it should be. But by the fact that a lot of things have happened, a lot of police officers have been recorded on videos, shooting Kenyans, beating badly Kenyans for no reason. I don't know how long it's going to take the police to accomplish this. So today, ladies and gentlemen, the police, the Kenya Defence Forces were deployed to Nakuru, but the reason why they were deployed is very different than what you will think. Before I tell you more details, I'd like you to kindly join our YouTube channel so that you will guarantee yourself that every time we upload a new video, YouTube will always bring it to you. Joining us is very simple. It's free of charge, and all you have to do is click the subscribe button under this video. If you find our videos entertaining, informative, you can give it a thumbs up or like the video, and finally click the notification icon on, so that next time when you upload a video, whether it's late at night, YouTube will send you a notification telling you that Daffy Updates have uploaded a new video. So let's go back to our update. Why KDF, Kenya Defence Forces, will be deployed to Nakuru? I've told you that they were deployed today, the 16th of July 2025. Kenya Defence Forces to be deployed in Nakuru to oversee construction of 2 stadiums and a hospital. So they are there to oversee, not to deal with protest, not to deal with demonstration, not to deal with goons. They are there to just oversee Kenyans or the construction of two stadiums that are currently being constructed in Nakuru County. The reason why I've brought you this video is because lately we have been seeing a lot of breaking news, a lot of unfriendly updates where people are dying, people are getting shocked by the police. The president is making some decisions which Kenyans don't find good for them. Like, there are a lot of bad news in the country at the moment, and I thought it would be nice for a moment to bring you maybe a different type of video where we are going to learn one or two about how they operate. So the Kenya Defence Forces KDF soldiers are expected to be deployed in Nakuru County to oversee the completion of several stored infrastructure projects, the Ministry of Defence has revealed. In a statement on Wednesday, July 16th, the ministry said that the forces will oversee the completion of the Aflaha Stadium. We have all heard about that stadium. It's a stadium that for a moment, it has been under renovations, but the operations have stalled for quite a while. Okay, there's another stadium called Orenguroini Stadium and the Trauma Center of Nakuru Teaching and Referral Hospital, which will be in collaboration with the Nakuru County government. The decision was made after the Defense Cabinet Secretary Soipan Tuya held a meeting with Nakuru Governor, that is Susan Kihika, and other county officials on Tuesday, July 15th. The ministry did not, however, disclose the exact day when the soldiers will be dispatched. So you have to understand, I've been for a moment saying that the Kenya Defence Forces will be deployed to Nakuru on the 16th. Well, the overseeing of these two stadiums and a hospital is not something that is going to happen for one day. So they have not fully detailed for how long this is going to happen. It's just that the message came out today, the 16th of July. But whenever it comes out with the actual dates, I'll be here to update you. This is not the exact part of update I was bringing to you. I want us to learn about the Kenya Defence Forces. I want to erase this image where people think that KDF are very dangerous people. Yeah, they are dangerous, but not to Kenyans. What are the KDF? Who are the KDF? What do they do? What are they being deployed to do in a stadium? Well, for the first question, what is the KDF? When you hear KDF, a person will say Kenya Defence Forces, but who exactly are the KDF? KDF means Kenya Defence Forces. We all know that. The Kenya Defence Forces, KDF, is the military arm of the government of Kenya. It's a military arm of the government of the Republic of Kenya. It was established under the Constitution of Kenya 2010 and governed by the by the KDF Act 2012. So KDF was established under the new Constitution of 2010, and definitely there was still KDF even before this Constitution, but it was going under different rules and under different names. But we are going to focus on this KDF that we have at the moment. So after we have now already understood what is the KDF, it is the Kenya Defence Forces is the military arm of government. We have to ask ourselves, who are the KDF? The KDF is made up of three main services. We all know them. The first one is the Kenya Army, which deals with land-based military operations. Land-based military operations. It also deals with defending the country's borders on land, on ground. It defends the country's borders on ground. And the other thing that they do is that they provide security during internal emergencies. They provide security during internal emergencies. So the people you see maybe during protest, that's the KDF, but the specific branch, it's the Kenyan Army. The second group under the KDF It's the Kenya Navy. What do? They protect Kenya's coastal waters and maritime borders. Now here we are dealing with water bodies. The second thing that they do is that they conduct sea patrols and maritime security operations. And the third arm of KDF is the Kenya Air Force. Air, we already know they deal with air. So what they do is they defend Kenya's airspace, and their second work is to provide air support, transport, and surveillance. So during maybe a country's internal emergencies, you might see the Kenya Army doing patrols across Nairobi CBD with monster vehicles, but also at the same time you might see KDF choppers hovering around the sky. That's the Kenya Army on the ground, and then the Kenya Air Force on the air. So those are the three subdivisions under the KDF. Now, what do the KDF do? What are some of the things that they might be used to do in a country? Why have they been sent to oversee the building, the completion of stadiums? Can the police be sent to do that? Well, here are six main things that the KDF are objected to do under the Article 241(3) of the Constitution. The first one is defend Kenya from external threats. So the KDF, which comprises of all the three branches that I have mentioned to you, all of them have an objective of defending the country, which is Kenya, from external conflicts. That is maybe from terrorists coming from different countries, maybe from other countries who want to fight Kenya. That's their work, to make sure that the country is under security. The second thing which they do is that they support civil authorities during emergencies or unrest if called upon. They also come inside the country to give reinforcement or support. Yes, their main work is to defend the country from external threats, but if they are called upon, maybe the Kenya police have been overwhelmed in the country, maybe during protests, maybe there are emergencies that are happening in the Kenya police who deal with internal things, maybe they have been overwhelmed, the KDF may be called to give reinforcement. They also participate in peacekeeping missions. This is in the regional scale and also the global scale. This includes maybe groups like AMISON, where you find that a group of Kenyan, like for example, the group of KDF officers who were sent to Haiti to bring peace there. Other officers were sent to Congo to bring peace there. That is participating in peacekeeping missions in the regional scale and also global scale. The fourth thing that they do is they provide humanitarian aid during natural disasters. Let's say, for example, a natural disaster has happened in Kenya where maybe, for example, floods or earthquakes or storms, which have ended up maybe causing big damages, major damages. People's houses have been swept. They might be called and they might be required to provide humanitarian aid during these disasters. The fifth thing which they can do, they also have the objective of protect critical infrastructure, which include airports and power stations and also dams. These are important assets in a country. So we have to use the most capable arm of the defense forces to make sure that these things are not messed with. An airport is an important asset to a country. This is where people come into the country and go out of the country. Power stations, this is a place where the power of a whole country comes from, so they must be protected to the maximum. The last thing which I can mention that they do is they train and support other national security agencies. If the police, maybe there is a new weapon that has been launched and maybe the government has seen it fit for the police to use. First of all, it's going to go through the Kenya Defence Forces, and then the police are going to be introduced to it by the KDF. These are the highly trained officers that we have in the country, the KDF, when it comes to dealing with terrorists, protecting the country, operating complicated weapons. So if the police are required, now the Kenya police, if they are required to learn about using a certain equipment, certain weapon, certain tactics, the KDF are the one who are going to teach them. So thank you for watching this educative video. I hope that you have learned one or two about the KDF. I'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye.